smart homes, smart buildings, right? I mean, you talk a lot about, I guess, right, security, safety. What is it where the voice and sound helping to smart buildings? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, there's tons of different applications, and it really just comes down to which are most useful for a given use case. So sound may not be the end all be all for every use case,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely a layer of intelligence that can be added to help reduce those response times, and then also improve how to respond to those incidents, how to respond to those events. If you imagine, so here in California, the average senior living home response time is anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the facility. During operational hours for a community that has, we'll call it 25 residences or residents living in that facility, it's usually 3 to 5 minutes. And it really comes down to what could have happened in those 3 to 5 minutes where you could respond faster. Mm-hmm. When those facilities really only have anywhere from 3 to 5 people on staff at any given moment, they can't hear everything and be everywhere. So we give them an opportunity to augment that care in order to respond in real time. And rather than waiting for grandma to call for help, that's a level of severity that, understanding that word or struggling with heavy breathing, wheezing, any of those types of sound profiles that lead up to it. It's not about her reaching for her life alert device that hopefully is charged. It's not about her having to get somewhere in the room to press the call button. It's not about her having to do anything other than to broadcast to the caregivers in that facility that she requires assistance. And we want to help her get that assistance before the event escalates. So that's really what we are focused on today. And I think that everybody's grandmother and everyone as an individual, the shortage of doctors and really frankly caregivers over the next 10 years, that divide is actually going to increase as there are so many more Americans and I would say individuals throughout the world that are going to be over the age of 65 and so fewer doctors to care for them as well. So augmenting their ability to respond to those events is absolutely critical, and that's where we're focused today.
So let's talk about fun part, retail and customer experience, okay? Because everyone is transitioning, to digital business, e-commerce, what it used to be e-commerce 20 years ago, right? Now it's everything cashless transactions and VR experiences in retail. And my favorite retailer knows everything about me and can suggest things that I really care about, So all these fun parts. So where voice and sound intelligence in customer experience and and consumers. Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, sentiment analysis, specifically over any over-the-counter interaction that occurs in a store-driven environment, really just analyzing the sentiment of that side of the counter, the customer side of the counter within a retail environment. I'll give you an example as a pharmacy counter. Mm-hmm. We did have one of the largest pharmacies just under a year ago approached us at a conference and said, hang on, so you're telling me I can put a tiny widget the same size as a case of AirPods, or maybe I don't have to because I have security cameras at the pharmacy counter, and I can understand how my pharmacists are interacting with every single customer, essentially in real time. Not that they would be able to react to it in real time, but having an understanding of an always-on NPS that doesn't require friction from the customer after the fact when you get a receipt that's printed out with a link to a survey that no one really completes. There's adding that layer of friction. There's also understanding that a conversation occurs on both sides of the counter, not just one. So understanding where it came from, what words were spoken, and then also the context around that conversation when in the natural language processing and understanding, the NLP and NLU, around what's the breadth of the conversation, and then marry that with sentiment analysis, the velocity of speech, the actual content, really understanding how to communicate better and build real-time psychographic profiles around how to engage with customers. There's so much opportunity within that space. We envision a future within the next 10 years, I would say closer to 5, but within the next 10 years, that every hospital has a call button at the bedside. Mm-hmm. That's already connected. It's already connected to the nursing station. All it takes is the flip of a switch to understand intelligence. As a nursing station, if it had 500, we'll just say 100, 50 to 100 microphones inbound to the nursing station, there wouldn't be, human ears wouldn't be able to do anything, but artificial intelligence would be able to understand better health trends, really health analysis, just as much as retail interactions. If you had an understanding of the entire fleet of frontline associates that are the last mile of customer service and sales for your brands, whether it's Target or Walmart or Best Buy, you name it, whatever retailer that has a conversation at a POS, we envision a future where customer experience is measured by voice, where every single POS will have a connected microphone device to better understand, analyze, and react in real time or afterwards to every single customer experience. Now, whether it's on the lapel as associates are walking around the store trying to provide better service, or if it's at a counter-driven environment like a pharmacy that is a little bit more conversational, it's a clean acoustic environment, and it's a fantastic place for a widget and a platform such as this. There's just so much opportunity to provide structure around so many, I would call them unstructured conversations that occur today. There's no way that you can check into a hotel and every single guest preference is recognized unless the actual guest has input that in the app in their experience, or the associate at the front desk has actually asked each one of those targeted qualifying questions and actually made accurate notes within their CRM or guest management platform.